If you're looking for lower ACoS, better PPC, and the strategies of marketing on Amazon and beyond in 2024, this is going to be the episode for you. So I've got someone here today from a place called AdFixer, where we're going to talk about advertising and marketing online, specifically around Amazon and the actionable items of this universe we live in now that has become such a different change since when I started 10 years ago. And I like the organic drive to PPC marketing beyond 2015 has been such a dramatic change in the way the marketplace looks now, and many relationships of organic and PPC have changed dramatically. And so it's becoming a market in which you really need to be good at the marketing now. It used to be that you could be sort of average at it, but now we need to be better. And so the guest I've got today here is going to talk about how to get better. So buckle up for the next 25 minutes and let's go into some questions and answers here that talk about specifically PPC marketing and how to get more out of your ads and traffic and maybe lower your ACoS and increase your TA costs. So guys, welcome Adrian to the call. It's good to have you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me. So yeah, let's dive in.
All right, let's get into it. So let's talk about pros and cons for the year 2024. Maybe what are you bullish on? What are you concerned about? What's if somebody know right out of the gate that you should bring to their attention about marketing and PPC this 2024?
Okay, so everything is kind of evolving and everything is changing. But one thing that always stays the same is that you have to have a strategy for your advertising. You can't just run up some keywords, put them in a campaign and expect something to happen. I think the most important part that never changes is that. So in my experience, it's better to create campaign funnels. Don't just create single campaigns.
Okay.
And going from there, go into the historical data, leave your campaigns running. That's some stuff that's always been like this, but I think in year 2024, the bids are really high. So if you're looking to dive into a new market, have new products, it's going to be harder. So you have higher bids, so you need to know how to optimize them. And for 2024, it's really expensive to use PPC, but in Amazon's ecosystem, you can't really excel without PPC. So all the things you do go with the PPC and if you want to succeed in selling on Amazon.
Yeah. So let's talk about that strategy for a second and break it down for me. When you say a funnel within your PPC, what do you define that as for somebody who's listening to this?
So it's basically in our practice, we use 4 campaigns, but it can be a lot more. The first 2 are for research. So if you're starting out product or if you're launching a new product, you have to look into all of the search terms that you can rank on. So first thing you need to do is create those campaigns, one automatic campaign and one manual campaign with keywords that you think are going to be working for you on products, let's say, or phrase.
Yeah.
And from there on, you have search terms for those keywords that are working. You move them up in the next parts of the funnel, which is if you have a search term, let's say if you're selling water and you have a keyword water, the search term is going to be what people type for. The people find you on. So they can find you on a water bottle, 1 liter. And if that's working for you, you move that up as exact in the next part of the funnel. And that way you have all the search terms that are working as keywords in the next parts of the funnel. So that way they have enough budget and you allocate most of your budget to the keywords that are working. And when you find those keywords, when you get to that part of the funnel, it's going to be making money. It's going to be ranking you on those keywords. So you need to test a lot of keywords out before you create these types of campaigns with exact matches for those keywords. Because it can be some keywords that you don't really expect, but you're ranking super fast on them and it works great for you. And a keyword doesn't need to have the highest search volume to work for you.
Okay. So you mean it doesn't have to have like a huge amount of, like everybody wants to tackle the largest amount of volume keywords because that's the biggest bucks you're banging. What you're actually saying is it may be better at some instances for you to have a longer keyword to target with your campaigns. Is that what you're saying? Correct? If I hear correctly?
Yes. If you have long tail keywords that are working for you, you need to test everything out because you can't leave out the ones with the highest search volume because that way you won't rank for them. But you can also have revenue streams for other campaigns, other keywords. That are more long tail, but are working for you. I mean, you have to test everything out. You can't really make assumptions based on what you think is happening. You need to go into the historical data of the campaigns.
In other words, you can't guess.
Yeah, you can't really guess. We had some scenarios where we think some keyword is not going to be selling and that keyword ends up the breadwinner. So you need to test everything out. It's just the way it is.
Now, what tools do you prefer to use or methodologies to determine what those keywords are in your world? How do you identify them?
Okay, so when you have a brand in Amazon, you can always go into the brand analytics. And from there on, you can look at real data about the search volume of the keywords that you're going to be targeting. So there you can see all the search volume for those keywords. Other thing is you can go in the Amazon directly, look at the recommendations, check out those recommendations in the brand analytics tool. I mean, there are also other tools that can help you with that. A beginner seller, Helium 10 has some pretty cool tools that you can use. It really depends on what's more user friendly to you. Basically, they all do the same thing.
Yeah. So in your experience, what is your experience? Let's get into that real quick. Like, have you been doing this for a little while, a long time? Are you an old goat? Do you do your own sales and own PPC and stuff as well?
Okay, so I started out 5 years ago. So I didn't have anything to do with e-commerce before that.
Okay.
And my partner, Christo, who we started this thing together, came up to me and said, let's go on Shopify. Let's start some drop shipping. From there on, we moved our products to Amazon. And after quite a while, like 1 year after that, we created an Amazon agency to help other people sell because we sold well. We looked into a lot of things. We got into a lot of problems and we solved them. So we created our agency. And 2 years after the creation of the agency, we started creating our application. So I have helped people sell in a lot of different categories in a lot of different markets, mainly in the US market, in the Europe markets, in Germany and in UK mainly.
Okay.
Because those are the
Germany and
biggest.
UK mainly.